What's up, guys? Time to review an animated classic, Monster House. Get off my lawn. Let's go. Monster House stars Mitchell Musso, Sam Lerner, Spencer Locke, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Jason Lee, Steve Buscemi, and is directed by Gil Keenan. What's up, guys? Welcome to a classic Halloween horror month review. We're going to do an animated movie. This is a patron request for Bronson Wright Wolf. I did a movie for him last month, and this month he wants me to do Monster House, and I'm so glad he did. I have a fun history with this movie, so I'm looking forward to diving into it. I'll try not to say get off my lawn more than 5 times during this review, okay? That is my promise to you.
It's up to them to save the neighborhood.
We have to fight back.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I don't want to go inside a monster.
I say it's worth a shot.
Yes, I agree. Let's do it. I look bad!
But first off, let's give you a quick plot synopsis. This is one of those suburban horror movies. It's animated, okay? So don't expect it to scare you. It's not that type of movie at all. It's basically about this house that is not only haunted, but it is alive and it can walk and it can scare the living crap out of you if you go in it. Not only going in it, but also going on the lawn of the house. The only guy that resides there is Mr. Nebbercracker, played by the great Steve Buscemi. And our main characters, DJ, Chowder, and Jenny, soon find that out. Pretty much anybody that goes on his lawn, he is going to freak out. Do not go on his lawn. Obviously, there is a hidden reason behind that. It's more of a protection thing than it actually is just a mean old grumpy man thing, even though he is definitely a mean old grumpy man. But Mr. Nebbercracker, he has a heart attack on the lawn. This is all first act of the movie. And then the kids, they are curious because something feels off about this house. And so they go in there to just explore what's going on. And when they're in there, then you start putting the pieces together and you find out who was the spirit that occupies this house, and all kinds of fun hijinks ensue. I'm making this spoiler free, even though this is a 2006 movie, because if you haven't seen Monster House, then what the hell are you doing with your life? If you don't really like the crazy horror stuff in Spooky Month, you want something fun and light and hilarious, then watch Monster House. And if you're not into animated movies, put that aside because this is great. I am not an animated movies guy, okay? What I mean by that is, like, if any animated commercial comes on TV, I'm not like, oh, I gotta go see that. 99% of the time, I'm like, pass. It's just not for me. Now, when my kids were little, of course, we took them to animated movies all the time. But Monster House, it stuck out from the pack. Almost immediately, I'm into these characters, and it doesn't even matter that they're animated. And I'll even say this right now. I just watched this again a few days ago. The animation, it hasn't dated the best, all right? Because I remember when this came out, the animation looked amazing. It looked, I wouldn't say realistic, but it felt like, you know, next level. Now, it almost looks like a PlayStation game. But luckily, the characters are so rich and so fun. I mean, hell, you got freaking Steve Buscemi in this thing, okay? But also just the kids in this movie, they really hold their own. They all have their own unique quirks and personalities. Chowder is probably my favorite character just because he's the portly, dim-witted character. He's very much like Chunk in The Goonies and also like Vern in Stand By Me. You're definitely going to make comparisons to those characters. But he's really the comic relief of this. He's so freaking funny. And I like characters that think they're awesome, but everybody else knows that they're kind of an idiot, and that's Chowder. DJ is pretty much your serviceable lead, but he's kind of the heart of the movie too. He cares for Mr. Nebbercracker. Even though Mr. Nebbercracker is a mean son of a bitch, I think he sees past the anger and sees that this is just a lonely, scared old man. Now, I definitely have to talk about the babysitter, played by Maggie Gyllenhaal, and her boyfriend, Bones, played by Jason Lee. They are huge standouts of this movie, especially Maggie Gyllenhaal. I just like her sass that she has. This character is really fun. She's edgy. She's that type of babysitter where when the parents leave, then the real person comes out, you know? And it's just really fun to watch. There's a lot of hilarious moments between her and Bones in the movie. Bones, I swear to God, looks exactly like Michael Wincott. They must have saw The Crow like right before this movie, and subconsciously, when they drew Bones, they were thinking Michael Wincott, because I swear to God, that's exactly what he looks like. Now, the spirit of the house is played by Kathleen Turner. It's hard to believe that this was the woman that I had this massive crush on when she was in Body Heat back in the early 80s. But she serves the character very well, and she's actually pretty scary, you know, for an animated movie. But I think the real fun of this movie, outside of the characters, is when you get into that house and all the crazy hijinks that ensue. You could tell that the animation team were working overtime, the creative department. It feels epic. That's the biggest way to put it. You know, you're definitely going to draw comparisons to, like, you know, those big summer blockbusters like Indiana Jones, Back to the Future. You know, pick your poison, just not story-wise, but just the vibe, and especially the way the action set pieces play out. The music suits all of it too, just really epic music. You know, it's one of those final acts where you're kind of breathing for air at the end of it. You know, you felt like you were on a roller coaster. That's what this movie feels like, a roller coaster ride by the end of it. So I can't recommend Monster House enough. I always have such a blast with this movie. And I love the star power. You know, that's the one thing about animated movies. Oftentimes, we don't even realize how big of stars we have in these movies. And it just brings back a lot of great memories, because when my kids were growing up, when this came out, we used to watch this movie like every year. And, you know, as a parent, there are certain animated movies that you're going to throw in, and it might be painful for you, but you do it for your kids and you want them to have a good time. Or maybe you need a little bit of a babysitter, right? But Monster House was never that. Monster House was that movie that we grabbed some popcorn, some drinks, and we all just as a family enjoyed the hell out of it. It's just really, really fun. It's a treat. I would add it to any October watch list. I probably watch it just about every couple years in October, even after my kids have long gone from the house. You know, I still watch it. So definitely giving Monster House a high purchase worthy, for sure. If you haven't seen Monster House and you're afraid to watch animated movies, just push that aside. This one's really fun, guys. Trust me, okay? So let me know your thoughts on Monster House in the comments. Looking forward to hearing them. Also, be sure to come over to Killer Flicks, where we talk horror all day and every day. And on Fridays, we do Free for Fridays. Follow me at Drumdums on all my socials. Support me on Patreon. Buy me coffee. And you guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Drumdum out.